Hello and welcome to another day trip in Switzerland. Today we are in the north of Switzerland as we're visiting a lovely little medieval town, Saint-Ursanne. Behind me you can already see the beautiful bridge over the river Doubs. Saint-Ursanne is still a place a bit under the radar of most international tourists. On the channel I will try to do some videos about lesser known places that are worth a visit here in Switzerland. So, with that in mind, let's start our visit of this beautiful little medieval village. Let's go! So, welcome to Saint-Ursanne on the Jura canton in the north of Switzerland. We are currently outside the village on the left bank of the river Doubs, where we can already get a magnificent view of the small buildings by the river and the surrounding landscape. Here you can find a statue of the Irish monk Ursinus, who lived nearby in a cave as an hermit in the 7th century and that, according to the legend, gave the village its name. You can easily access the village by the Jean-Nepomucene bridge, named after the patron saint of bridges, a statue of which is located in the middle of the crossing. This bridge, built in the 17th century, replaced an older one that was destroyed after a flood. From here, you can appreciate the green all around, the river flowing by, and the architecture of the buildings around, many of which still maintain some medieval building aspects. To enter Saint-Ursanne, you must do so by one of three doors, being this one the Saint-Jean located in the south. From here, you access one of the main squares of the village, where you can find the tourism office, some cafes and of course the collegiate church that we're going to visit next. The church was originally built in the 11th century but enlarged several times, especially between the 13th and 14th centuries. This is the south door to the church, the most important in Switzerland, built in the Bourguignon style. This is the tower with the main entrance nowadays. You will probably enter here if you're visiting the church. This is turned to the west and dates from 1442, after the old one was destroyed by a fire. Let's head inside and see the church. The main part of the basilica is composed of three naves separated by columns, with the choir a bit elevated at the end. At the middle of the main nave, a beautiful sculptured pulpit is present, where the readings would usually be made. At the top, after the choir, we have a beautifully ornate altar that we will see in better detail in a while. The pipe organ above the entrance was built in 1776 and restored in 1983 and is still very much in use today. A beautiful light invades the space and transmits calmness and peace on the greyest of days. On the east part of the church, following this dimmed light vaulted corridor, we are able to access the crypt that's below the altar. Here is where the sarcophagus of Saint-Ursanne was originally placed. Above it, we can visit the high altar, amazingly decorated in gold and blue, with a painting showing the apotheosis of Saint-Ursanne, and on the sides the statues of Saint Peter and Saint Paul. If you go behind the altar, and conspicuously hidden there and unannounced behind the red grid, you are able to see the very simple sarcophagus of Saint-Ursanne. After visiting the church, we open a door in the north side of the building that grants us access to the cloister. With a well-kept garden in the center, we can admire the arcades all around and enjoy the silence. We exit the cloister by a side door and decide to explore a bit of the city and its streets. We walk to the east towards Saint-Pierre door, with its clock on the top and decorated with the bear, symbol of Saint-Ursanne. From here, we cross the village to the last of the three doors, the one on the west called Saint Paul, that features a statue of Saint-Ursanne. This is a small village that you can visit in half a day without worries, admiring its medieval streets and houses, where doors are so small you will think a hobbit lived there. We end today's video by the peaceful Doubs river. I hope you enjoyed coming with us to this lovely village, and I hope to see you next time here on the channel. Until then, thank you for watching and goodbye!